Our comprehension is like a grain of sand in the desert, and our curiosity like a breeze that blows through that desert. It will accompany us till we find the groundwater in the wide desert that can quench our heart's thirst. So, no matter how powerful our control is, if we are not vigilant enough, we will very certainly be drowned by that current.
In Autumn Leaves 1950, Ender Guide writes, "A caterpillar who seeks to know himself would never become a butterfly." Before we can embrace and comprehend the meaning behind that quote, we need to have a deep experience. That strongly encourages me to write about this particular topic. However, when I wrote about it, I'm not sure what I'm going to address next. We'll have the same perception and experience as most people. What I'd want to discuss is our perception of ourselves. According to psychologists' study, most of us have a fixed idea of who we are. Although things don't always turn out the way we want them to, loss and disappointment will probably push us to the limit. Regardless of what situation we are in, when Know Thyself arrives, what follows belongs to a representation of who we are personally at that time. Know thyself is an old Greek adage that translates as know yourself. Know thyself refers to more than just our interests and lifestyle habits. It also addresses understanding our personalities and the causes behind our habits and behaviors. That's fine. You don't have to think too hard when grabbing a cup of coffee every morning. Even if you don't enjoy it, you make the choice a priority. Just because you believe that drinking coffee in the morning will keep you alert and get you ready for the day ahead. So going to the local coffee shop and having a cup of familiar coffee is all you want to do every morning, right? It is a prime example of what we desire and the action that we take to meet that need. However, it will take some time before we can view it from a wider perspective. We can know what we think of ourselves right now, but how we perceive ourselves differs greatly from who we are and what we enjoy. And all of them will alter in a matter of days or weeks. For example, espresso used to be our favorite, but cappuccino has since taken its place. Or perhaps we used to enjoy journalism, but something else has now piqued our interest. But because the image of a journalist has been connected to us for a long time, breaking free and changing is something we think about regularly. In the end, we choose to stay with the thing that imprisons us every day, yet we are immensely resistant to it on the inside. This is explained psychologically. The more we are exposed to something, the more we receive and appreciate it. On the contrary, what was once our dream is now causing us more and more disappointment. The more we have a tendency to reject it and stop liking it. Ideas about who we are additionally related to denial of who we are not. However, the issue of mental perception has an unbreakable connection to the reality that humans are constantly changing. If we believe we are the most complete version now, we will be in 5, 10, or 20 years. Psychologists have discovered that this is entirely impossible. In the not-too-distant future, our preferences and values will be markedly different. These changes happen gradually in a process that is barely observable. However, it remains under our subconscious control. There are times when we feel compelled to make significant changes, such as whether we first become independent, begin a romantic relationship, have a child, or decide to divorce. Normally, we are aware of this major changes. Just as we are obliged to alter our time zone when we marry or have children, or when we start to worry about our mental and physical health after noticing the warning indicators. But what if we change while our self-image remains the same? It will lead to feelings of inner conflict as we are forced to confront a significant gap between who we are and who we think we are. However, this does not imply that we should remain in loveless marriages. We don't have to burn ourselves in order to keep others warm. When we assume that our lives lack the element of happiness, getting rid of anything that doesn't satisfy us is a top priority. Knowing yourself feels to me like a journey back to the beginning rather than forward. It can help us reflect on what we have gone through, but it will not be able to accompany us on our further excursions. But we live in a time where we are continually led into the game of discovering ourselves. But know thyself is an obstacle to accepting and reconciling with constantly changing values. If we hold on to be a certain kind of person we believe we are, we will be greatly limiting our freedom. If you take the importance of change in our lives, know thyself just is not an option. As Ander Guide wrote in Autumn Leaves 1950, a caterpillar who seeks to know himself would never become a butterfly.